There are teachers whose words you can summarize in a single afternoon, and there are teachers who keep unfolding inside you for the rest of your life. Adi Shankara belongs to the second kind. He lived a very short life, by most accounts only around 32 years, and yet what he left behind has shaped the inner landscape of an entire civilization for more than 1,000 years. To begin this journey, we do not need to know everything about him at once. We need only to walk slowly toward the question that he himself made the center of his life, a question so simple that we tend to overlook it. Who, or what, is actually aware right now? Shankara was born in southern India, in a region of present-day Kerala, most likely in the early part of what we would call the 8th century. The exact dates are debated by scholars, and that uncertainty is fitting, because he was never very interested in the calendar of the outer world. He was interested in something that has no date. He became a wandering monk, a teacher, a writer of dazzling clarity, and the great systematizer of a vision called Advaita Vedanta. The word Advaita simply means not two. It points to the heart of everything he taught, the radical claim that reality, at its deepest level, is one undivided whole, and that the sense of being a small, separate self looking out at a foreign world is a kind of misunderstanding that can be seen through. To feel why this mattered, it helps to picture the world he stepped into. India in his time was rich with spiritual life, crowded with rituals, schools, debates, and competing philosophies. Many people believed that the path to freedom lay in performing the right ceremonies, accumulating the right merit, pleasing the right gods. Shankara did not reject devotion or ritual outright. He honored them as stages, as supports for the heart, but he insisted that they were not the final answer. No action, however sacred, can give you what you already are. Freedom, he said, is not something you earn at the end of a long ladder. It is the recognition of what was never absent. That recognition has a name in his teaching. It is the meeting of two words you will hear often in this series, Atman and Brahman. Atman is the innermost self, not the personality, not the body, not even the stream of thoughts, but the simple fact of awareness that knows all of these. Brahman is the ultimate ground of all that exists, the reality behind every appearance. Shankara's astonishing claim, inherited from the ancient texts called the Upanishads and made razor-sharp by his own genius, is that these two are not two. The awareness at the core of you and the reality at the core of the universe are one and the same. You are not a wave begging to reach the ocean. You already are the ocean, briefly shaped as a wave. If that is true, then why do we not feel it? Here Shankara offers his most subtle idea, the idea of Maya, often translated as illusion. Maya is not a claim that the world is a worthless dream to be despised. It is closer to a description of how the one appears as many, how the seamless shows up as a crowd of separate things, how awareness forgets itself and seems to become a person trapped in time. The rope in his famous image is mistaken in the dusk for a snake. The snake was never there, yet the fear it caused was real enough. Our suffering, he suggests, is like that fear, real in its grip, yet resting on a mistake about what we are. And so the work he points to is not building, but uncovering. It is the patient art of discrimination, viveka, learning to tell apart what passes from what remains. This is where his method touches the silence that gives this series its name. His great instrument is a phrase you may already know, neti neti, not this, not this. You look at the body and say, this changes, this is known by me, so it is not the final me. You look at emotions, thoughts, even the sense of being a fixed person and gently set each one aside. Not this, not this. You are not denying that they exist. You are refusing to be defined by anything you can observe. And when everything observable has been released, what is left cannot be set aside because it is the very one who has been looking all along. The silent witness, the light by which all of it was seen. This is why Shankara still speaks to anyone who has ever sat quietly and noticed the restlessness of their own mind. Behind our endless thinking, behind the noise of wanting and fearing, he points to a stillness that is not empty but full, not far away but nearer than breathing. He tells us, with great tenderness and great rigor, that we have been searching outside for a treasure we have been carrying the whole time. The peace we long for is not a future event. It is the nature of the one who is reading these very words. In the next chapter, we will return to the beginning of his story, to the land, the family, and the early signs that this child was being drawn, even then, toward the one question that would consume and liberate his life.